What up, what up, what up? It's your girl Nikita Jervy of Kita's Peace, where we promote peace in your head, heart, and home. And I am back with another effing Friday message. What's up, fam-a-lam? Okay, so today's word is filter. Filter, filter. The definition of filter is a porous device for removing impurities or solid particles from a liquid or gas passing through it. In 2019, filter is actually used in a few ways. I know of three. First is how it's defined, like in our car, our vacuum, or in our house, like our HVAC system. Two is defined as in no filter when you are speaking bluntly, without tact or consideration for the audience, the timing, or the situation, right? And then three as in an image filter, which your girl needs right now because I'm looking a little tired, a little beat up, but I don't care. That changes the appearance of an image in part or all the way by altering shades, colors, or the imperfections in some way, shape, form, or manner, right? But in all three ways, there is a clear separation or refinement of the good from the bad, okay? In our car, vacuum, and HVAC, the filter separates the bad particles from the oil and the air. In our speech, the filter refines what you probably were thinking or wanted to say from what you actually say, okay? And hopefully you took advantage of that little space and turned your reaction to a response, which is what we talked about last message on freeze, right? And then in an image, it can turn an okay picture or an okay image into something really dope by refining the imperfections or applying shading, okay? The same way these natural filters separate the good from the bad, we must apply a filter to our thought life, okay? Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." I really like this verse because it's letting us know that we will have thoughts of things that are false, that are bad, that are wrong, that are dirty, and that are unpleasant, but we have the ability to filter the bad from the good and to think on the good, okay? It's not just so our thought life will be uncluttered, but so that we can attract those good things that our thoughts that we're thinking to our lives, right? Have you ever heard of the law of attraction? Yeah, most have. This law manifests through our thought life, okay? It attracts thoughts, ideas, people, situations, and circumstances that correspond to our thoughts. For example, if someone doesn't answer your phone call or your text, and then one thought goes through your mind and it's just like, what if something happens to them? And then from that thought, it goes all the way to the left, like, oh my gosh, what if they're in a ditch? What if they're in a hospital? What if they're dead? You know, just from that one thought, it just, spun into something uncontrollable. On the flip side, when you get a positive pregnancy test, like you start thinking about what this little person will become and what they will be like, and then their room and the shower and, all of the things, and you find yourself hours later, okay, just lost in your thoughts about this baby that you just found out even existed, right? But the fact that one thought can multiply in a matter of seconds is why there is a reminder in Philippians to filter our thoughts and think on the good, okay? So what happens when you don't change or clean your filter, okay? That item does not work to its maximum potential or could even break down, okay? A dirty filter in your car, vacuum, or house can really jack some things up, right? So I have a prop here. This is the top of my handy dandy vacuum that I don't like. And it can you see that? It says washable filter, okay? And obviously I have not washed it. That's so gross, right? So that is the filter in my vacuum. So what does that mean when I'm using it? Does it mean like that means that my vacuum is not working to its maximum potential because the filter is dirty, okay? And if I let it stay like that and don't wash it, if I don't clean it, then my vacuum has the potential to break down, right? But having no filter, in the same way, having no filter in your speech can really jack up a relationship or even a job, right? If you just say whatever the piss comes to mind. And then using a dysfunctional filter on your pictures can have you looking really bong bong, right? But when our thoughts are composed of all things negative and ugly that happen in our lives and in our world, we are not living to our maximum potential and could potentially have a mental breakdown. The fact that Jesus came to give us an abundant life proves that that is not the life that he had in store for us. That's not the life that he intended for us to live, okay? So in order to change or clean our filter, please refer to Romans 12:2, okay, which says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, which is usually negative, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. We have to renew our minds. We have to change our filter, okay? Here are 3 practical ways to change our filter. 1, confess that your thought life has not always been right, and then ask God to guard and direct your thoughts, okay? This acknowledges that you can't renew your mind on your own, okay? Because if you could, you would have, right? And then also that you are relying on his power, his sovereignty to help you, okay? 2, recognize where negative thinking comes from and then replace those negative thoughts for the good thoughts, okay? In this step, you are making the enemy aware that you see him and that you know his tactics. He is a liar and he wants you to be defeated. Then you replace those negative thoughts that he has put in your head with the truth, with God's word, with what God has said about you and your situation, okay? And then 3, have faith and patience until change comes, okay? Faith is believing when you don't have any sensory evidence that it is working. And then patience is the ability to wait with the right attitude. That's important, with the right attitude, okay? You won't always feel like thinking positively, especially when your situation, when your environment does not line up with what you're trying to think on, right? But this step not only builds your endurance while the transition or renewing is happening, but it also displays that you know that the law of attraction is not just philosophy, but it is a biblical principle that you're standing on, okay? So this week, family, I challenge you to check your filters, okay? Spiritual and natural, okay? Check them vacuum filters too. And if they are dirty, wash them. If they are dirty, if your thought life is dirty, renew it, okay? And renew it so that everything can work to its maximum potential. Change your filters, okay? I pray that this has blessed you. I am Nikita Jervey, the Peace Promoter. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, I love you. Bye.